Kindiki Kithure might be your next deputy president, at least for the next 3 years.
Kuna mtu anakuja kukata makende hapa.
On Tuesday night, MPs from the Kalenjin community met to discuss the fate of Gachagua. William Ruto is about to make the biggest mistake of his whole political career, and here is how. As you all know, someone has touched the mountain, and the Murima warrior is not all happy about it.
Kuna mtu anakuja kukata makende hapa.
For the first time in the history of Kenya, a deputy president might actually get impeached. The Standard has reported that more than 116 MPs have already signed the petition to impeach Rigathi Gachagua.
You guys remember after the first protests, the Gen Z protests that were very peaceful and very successful. What caught my attention is this thing has been long and running. Forget even about the press conference that was held in Mombasa straight after the president failed on the 25th to sign the finance bill into law. So one of the things that caught my attention, why I think this relationship is irretrievably broken, is Rigathi Gachagua chaired a cabinet committee at his office in Karen. And he spoke about the Gen Zs and everything that was going on in the country at that time. And he seems to have had a solution. So one of the things that Rigathi Gachagua did was to talk to the cabinet about the solution that he had. So after that meeting, interestingly, we are told that 5 cabinet secretaries approached Rigathi Gachagua and told Rigathi Gachagua that someone is calling me, I'll just hang up. So they told Rigathi Gachagua that it seems you have a very good idea on how to salvage this country. And they asked Rigathi Gachagua, can't you share this with your boss, who is the president? And amazingly, we understand that the answer that Rigathi Gachagua gave was sort of, why should he explain to the president how to salvage this country? So he told them sort of, why don't you tell him to quit, to leave that position for me, so that I can sort out this issue.
What is even more surprising is the fact that ODM leader Raila Odinga has also reportedly instructed ODM MPs to support the impeachment motion when it reaches the parliament. If the reports reaching my desk are anything to go by, Kindiki Kithure might be your next deputy president, at least for the next 3 years. So this is what has been happening behind the scenes and the reason why Ruto wants to get rid of Rigathi Gachagua so badly. Now, a motion will reportedly be presented in the parliament anytime from now. The aim of the motion will be to impeach Gachagua as the deputy president of Kenya, reason being gross misconduct and alleged attempt to disrupt the government through the Gen Z protests. A renowned Twitter personality, Maverick Aoko, claimed that on Tuesday night, MPs from the Kalenjin community met to discuss the fate of Gachagua. The legislators were to finalize on a plan that will see Gachagua get impeached. During that late-night meeting, things, however, went south when a section of the Kalenjin MPs opposed the plan to impeach Gachagua. According to the opposers, it was not prudent to impeach Gachagua because of his political differences with Ruto. Now, as expected, some of the Ruto diehard soldiers stood their ground and demanded every Kalenjin MP to support the motion when it is presented in the parliament.
Why is it that Rigathi Gachagua should not go to see his Kalenjin brothers and sisters who love him?
The MPs met again on Wednesday night to solidify the plan and dilute it in a way that people from the mountain won't feel as if they were being thrown out of the government.
Why, when President William Ruto alikuwa na shida, President Uhuru Kenyatta na sisi tulimkaribisha katika Mount Kenya, he literally lived there.
Now, according to this plan, Kindiki would be the new deputy president as another senior MP from the mountainside takes up the interior cabinet. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has of late been seen angrily criticizing certain personalities who are out to frustrate him and his allies politically.
Huyu msaidizi wa rais hawakubalie wanialike kwa watu ya wale wananipenda. Nilikuwa niende pale Lesotho watu wameningojea amekataza. Nilikuwa niende Bomet amekataza. Nilikuwa niende Marakwet West amekataza. Nilikuwa niende Baringo amekataza. Si anikubalie nikaongea na hiyo wakale. Why watu walinichagua? These are my people.
And all this is according to information relayed to the public by various senior politicians, including Robert Alai. Now, the biggest question here is, what sin or mistake did Gachagua make that is this unforgiving, and does it have something to do with the Gen Z protest?
So he told them sort of, why don't you tell him to quit, to leave that position for me, so that I can sort out these issues. So I honestly think this relationship is irretrievably broken. And the only person who can save Rigathi Gachagua is the president. But the question again is it in the interest of the president to save Rigathi Gachagua? And my take from where I sit, the deputy president never took his time to understand his boss. He never took his time to understand the character of the president and the person the president is.
Well, let's wait for that motion to be tabled in the parliament, and then we will know all the details involved. But it's kind of weird and a coincidence that this is almost the exact same situation that the current president William Ruto was in when he was the deputy president of Kenya under Uhuru Kenyatta. At that time, the split between Uhuru Kenyatta and deputy president by then, William Ruto, was extremely bad and to some extent extremely petty. And at some point when Ruto was the deputy president, he was asked if elected as the president of Kenya and he gets to fall out with his deputy, how will he handle the situation? Will he isolate his deputy the way Uhuru isolated him? Will he punish his deputy the way he was punished when he was the deputy president of Kenya? And let me tell you, Maina, this guy, I don't know, this guy lives and breathes false promises. At that time when he was asked that question, Ruto vehemently said that he will never put his deputy in the position that he was put in by Uhuru Kenyatta. He will never disown his deputy. He will never punish his deputy.
Now, supposing that you get elected in August, and somewhere down the road, 2 years, 3 years, you have a problem with your deputy, Bwana Rigathi Gachagua, for whatever reason, and you disagree completely, almost in the same manner that has happened right now, whichever direction it comes from, what are you going to do?
I want to tell you, Joe, that what you have said will never happen. It will not happen.
It doesn't just depend on you, sir.
I want to tell you that I will not allow, for example, my running mate or my deputy president to be humiliated by junior staff. I would not want a situation where clear responsibility. In fact, I have said it as much, and I have said I have committed.
And what you're seeing right now is honestly the opposite of all that he said in that interview. And it's weird, it's like there's something that we are missing here. Why is it that for every election year, apart from, like the one from Mwai Kibaki, Moi and blah, 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 there isn't two terms. Why is it that there isn't two presidential periods, right? Why is it that there's always a fallout between the president and the deputy president? Because there seems that there's more to it than what actually meets the eye. It's like there's usually a deal in between the two that usually, gets soiled along the way. But this is quite fun to watch because Kenyans are seated back and they're like, yo, we ain't getting in between your war. You two can fight and finish out each other for as much as we care. We don't want to get, for the first time, Kenyans are not taking side and they're actually enjoying the fight. I mean, I'm also here because whoever is punished, whether it's Gachagua or whether it is Ruto, they are all both guilty and responsible for the economic situation that we are in. I mean, when people are protesting on the streets, Rigathi Gachagua did not come out to join them. He was silent, and now he cannot expect sympathy from the same Kenyans that he did not support. So Kenyans are saying that we gotta be silent the same way you were silent when we were on the streets fighting for our lives. And wow, this is quite interesting to watch. Let's see how it ends up. That's what's trending. This is Trends with SIKULU.